Hi and welcome to the Digital Digging YouTube channel. In this video we're having a look at the Supermarine Swift both in history and in the game of War Thunder in the form of Snozzeltoff's rather splendid user model, a link to which you can find in the subscription box below and about which we'll have a chat after the history. The Supermarine Swift was in many ways a follow-on from the Attacker by way of the Type 510 and 528 prototypes and finally the 541, which was in essence a pre-production model as much as a prototype. It was intended as a single-seat interceptor and production was given a super priority stamp by the then Prime Minister Winston Churchill at a time when the Cold War was warming up. The Air Ministry saw it as an eventual replacement for the now aging but still effective and rather grand Meteor. However, it was also seen as a fallback in case development of the much vaunted Hawker Hunter ran into unsurpassable difficulties. Although Supermarine had an unquestionable pedigree when it came to prop aircraft, its early forays into the jet age were not without the occasional stumble. However, this observation should be viewed in the context of the period in which the pace of jet technology was developing at an extraordinary rate. And although various marks of the Swift did undeniably stumble here and there, it was the first British swept-wing, swept-tailplane aircraft, and indeed the first swept-wing aircraft to take off and land from an aircraft carrier, and also went on to hold the world absolute speed record, albeit briefly. The Fleet Air Arms interest drifted elsewhere after early trials, and the F1 entered service with the RAF in 1956, was powered by an Avon 109 engine and was equipped with a pair of 30mm Aden cannon. Doubts and reservations followed it into service however, chiefly concerning the reliability of its engine and unusual handling qualities. Only 18 F1s were built before the F2 was introduced. This carried another 2 Aden cannon, but the extra weight of the ammunition caused numerous handling difficulties for an already far from worn-in aircraft. The problems this caused called for further extensive modifications. The Mark III with the Avon 114 engine with reheat never made it into service and was instead used as an instructional airframe. Then there was a Mark IV with a new tailplane that actually corrected many of the handling problems which plagued earlier models. However, it was found that the reheat failed to ignite at altitude. This was followed by the Mark V, which dropped down to 2 Adens and had a more capacious nose fitted with cameras to fill a role as a low-level reconnaissance aircraft, neatly sidestepping the high-altitude reheat problems. The F5 was generally regarded as a suitable aircraft for the service but never saw active combat. An F4 piloted by Commander Lithgow did however take the world absolute speed record in 1953, reaching 737 miles per hour or 1,187 kilometers an hour. It was a short-lived victory however, as Lithgow was trumped by a Douglas Skyray flown by a United States Navy pilot just 8 days later. The F5 also managed twice to win the NATO reconnaissance contest. The F7 was fitted with Fairey Fireflash air-to-air missiles and a correct afterburning nozzle. They were viewed by at least one author as a superb variation which could have served with distinction, and although 14 were completed, the Hunter was coming along nicely and these never entered service. Snozzeltoff has now resurrected this aircraft digitally, and a fine job he's done of it too. He's plumped for the F1, so it's armed with 2 30mm Aden cannon, but these fire at a blistering pace, at least compared with most of the British jet line. It's fully functional with a full damage model, a working canopy, air brakes, landing gear, and a flight model he developed himself. You can find and indeed download this model from his War Thunder live page, a link to which should be appearing about now, and will also be in the description box. Go and pay him a visit. You can tell him I sent you if you like, and while you're there, take a look at his amazing Lightning model, which is also available for download and may indeed become the subject of a future video for this channel. Okay, that's it until 163 comes out. Take care chaps, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.